Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama. Oops. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bluetooth connected. Hare Krishna. Good morning. Who we got there? All right, Anita. Welcome. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hari Hari, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Gauranga Nityananda. Let's try this. It's over here.
Anabolic beat.
Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Lord Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. It's good we have a satisfied customer needs what he likes what he's good. Standing up for it. It's not standing up, is it? Standing up. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. We'll get into that. I got something to say about that. Because you can't hear. You can't hear.
Music is a bit too loud to hear your voice.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama.
Thanks for using.
I need to get this off my mind. You know, there's really great pastimes of Lord Chaitanya when he was preaching in South India. And this is how he preached. He would go in and he would do like Lalita, like go in there and laugh and cry and chant and all that stuff. And then people would come forward and they would try to establish their conclusion. They would stand up for their conclusion, say, well, actually, you know, some people would say, not everybody, some people would say, oh, you know, what you're doing is really not the right path. You should do this. See, they stand up for their conclusions. See, this is how it works in this world. People are standing up to establish something. Fauci, for example, Fauci and Bill Gates, they're standing up for something, right? and people are listening. See, they're standing up above everybody else, right? They stand up and they put the word out, right? And then people, we listen. See, they're standing up. Nobody else is standing up. Like these people. So this is how things get established in this world, even Maya, or see. So Lord Chaitanya would go and preach this, and this was never seen. Nobody, just like now. You don't see this anywhere, do you? Huh? What is this going on? What is Lalita doing? What is this? What is this? And they stand up and say, well, actually, like yesterday, actually, Prabhupada is the only Acharya. There's never any Acharya. They stand up for the conclusion, right? So I tag people. I said, okay, let's see what they do. All right. And so Lalita goes and gives an explanation, and River gives an explanation. But they didn't
But I gave
establish
one
it.
as well. I wrote your
Yeah.
name. I really gave, but in another comment, you haven't seen that.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I didn't see it. But anyway, it's the point. Don't take it. So, this is good for everybody. Not everybody, because some people don't really believe that it's not, even coming here, they just, no, Prabhupada's the only, they don't believe. It's not for them. It's for those who are following the real path. Not for those who come and just want to steal, they'll just take, thank you very much, and go away. Not for those, no. For the ones who are really grateful and following the real path, want to establish it. Otherwise, it's not established. Because, see, it's really good. I'm very happy that happened. So you stand up and say, well, actually, this way it is. Prabhupada's the only Acharya. There's no other one. And so we have, so they're establishing it. And people look up and they say, well, okay, it sounds right, good and everything. And so is that what we want established? Is that what Krishna actually wants established? There is no other Acharya but Prabhupada. Because if that's so, then everybody will just follow. Not to say that, of course, he's an Acharya. Of course. We use it's because of his grace that we're doing what we're doing. But if that's just established, Prabhupada is the only Acharya, there's not one now, or ever will be, or whatever person standing up. See, they're standing up. See, if we want this bhakti preached, what are we standing up for? See? Because if there's no standing up, this will disappear. And whoever's standing up will establish they're standing up. You guys are so wimpy, you can't. This is what Lord Chaitanya did with Mukunda. See, Mukunda wasn't standing up, for bhakti and for Lord Chaitanya being right there. He would go and these people would stand up for Mayavadi. And he would go, very nice, very nice. And then he'd go to another group and they stand up for their teachers or teachings. Oh, very nice. Didn't say anything. Oh, Mahaprabhu said, I come here to Kali Yuga to establish what? Vaidhi Bhakti? Or anything else? Mayavadi? No, I come here to establish the supremacy of ecstatic worship of Krishna. And you just go, very nice what you do. And you're all standing up for that, thinking, okay, I'm just not saying anything, not showing anything, not explaining anything. Okay, so he says, well, anyway, that's the teaching, and it's good because here we're preaching, not really only. It's great when you stand up here and you preach to the devotees here, but man, it's really practical. This is in the field, man, because people are standing up right now, and not we're just in a group. We're preaching to the choir, and then when the opportunity comes, some devotees who could do better, in the sense to stand up, because otherwise this won't be established. They'll think, well, yeah, Prabhupada's the only. They're standing up for that. We're not standing up for anything. Is it true there's another Acharya here? Is it true? Do we know what an Acharya is and all that stuff? So I think we've been teaching what are the qualities and everything. Because otherwise it's just some sentimental, Prabhupada's the only Acharya. He came because everybody else is standing up for that. And so, but that's the thing. This is so unique. It's very different. Also you can look in Jesus' preaching. See, the Pharisees were standing up for Moses, right? Moses is preaching in the Old Testament. And so the disciples who got this value and they knew they got it the right way and they were grateful and they were following the real path, realized the value of Jesus and his preaching, his new teaching. It was new. It's called a New Testament, man. They didn't know before that God is merciful and he wants to give you the kingdom of God. They thought, no, you got to earn it. And if you do anything wrong, God's a punisher. And you should feel guilty if you didn't follow things perfectly. And so the disciples and Jesus taught them just like I'm teaching people here, right? Stand up for what you're here to, otherwise it won't be established. Could you imagine if the disciples didn't stand up and say, hey man, this is different. Jesus came and brought something new and something more merciful. God is sending, you convince people. That's called preaching. And that's what Lord Chaitanya, that's what all do. That's what I do. I stand up for this. I stand up. This is ecstatic devotion is where it's all going. See? And as you're all getting stronger, you start to see practically, oh, I see. Let me stand up for this. And you're going to get the tomatoes. Jesus even warned you. Of course you're going to get tomatoes. Maya's always trying to cover up bhakti. But as you get stronger, then it's like, the tomatoes they just squash. And they just go and yeah. And so anyway, because that's the whole point. This is what Prabhupada wants. He wants us to establish the supremacy of what Lord Chaitanya established. You think Lord Chaitanya would roll into town and he's crying and laughing and all that? He established Vaidhi Bhakti. They were already doing that. Just like now, we're rolling into the town of Vaishnavas and crying and laughing and all that. You think we're here to establish Vaidhi Bhakti? It's already been established. Prabhupada did it. It's something new. This is Acharya. Prabhupada even said the definition of Acharya. I'll say it again because nobody seems to remember that. I'll say it again and again and again as I usually do. An Acharya is a little different than a Guru. Guru should be an Acharya, actually. But let's see, if we want to make a distinction, an Acharya does a special contribution to the disciplic line. So anybody can ask themselves, are we introducing a special contribution to the Vaishnava Vaidhi line? Can you imagine getting ecstatic love and liberating? Look how many have already been liberated. You guys are liberated souls. Is that a special contribution or what? Huh? We still got doubters here in our group. Well, I'll get your little donkey demon in there, man. I'm after it all. Prabhupada shot for he would shoot for the rhinoceros. We shoot for 2,000 rhinoceroses now. A lot of donkey demons out there still don't get it, man. Is this a special contribution that we are doing to the disciplic line or what? Who the hell is? Does it move people from Vaidhi? Prabhupada's special contribution was to move these beasts into worshiping Krishna on the regulative platform. That's a miracle. And he did. Got thousands. He's still getting from his books. People are still entering. See, but is it finished? No, it's finished now. On Prabhupada's order, we're moving people onto the ecstatic platform, man. If that ain't like an Acharya deed, that means Krishna is specially empowering. You can't make a special contribution like this, especially at this time, unless you are empowered by Krishna to do something important. Now, like a lot of people think, oh, Gohar, he's not satisfied just being a guru. He wants to be an Acharya. No, it's very important to establish what is the current goal. And otherwise just follow the Acharya Prabhupada. If people here can establish that this is an Acharya thing, that the current Acharya is establishing the supremacy of pure devotional service that was established 550 years ago, then people will just continue for serving on the Vaidhi level. Well, because people are standing up for that, and we don't have the power to stand up for this. So this is where this is going, because we are here to make a contribution and move those fat asses of these stubborn Vaidhi bhaktas onto the ecstatic platform. To put it bluntly, See, we're establishing it. So it was established the supremacy of what Lord Chaitanya brought here 550 years ago, ecstatic worship of Krishna, right? What happened to that? It's been forgotten because they had to start again from the foundation of Vaidhi Bhakti, to bring people onto a civilized point somewhat. Now we're into bringing that forward now, bring that, make it this. And it is. I mean, the Lord is empowering this, isn't it? So it's already happening. It's just to, bring it through, make it more concrete and practical. See? So that's how it works. So look for the opportunities in preaching, not only in standing up here, but when you see people standing up, remember this, they're standing up to establish something. What do you see? That's an opportunity to preach, to stand up for what you believe. And as I said, it doesn't apply to those who don't have real full faith here. They're just still, envious and jealous, and they can't admit it. It's so deep in them. They actually are very angry that, there's actually a real acharya here, and they hate it. They can't admit it. If they would admit it, they'd be better off. That's called repentance. If they could just say, poor, I just hate that, people are considering you acharya and leaving me out. Try to help them along a little bit. Anybody's like that. Because you got people now that come and say it's an opportunity to preach. I don't care. I'm just a stickler for the points. I want to see the real path established now because, this is the final deliverance. But if there's no real acharya established here, then people will continue with Prabhupada's path, and not see it. This is the next phase, the next installment. Because an acharya has to do it. And an acharya is doing it. Otherwise, it couldn't be done. If you're used by Krishna, you're used by Krishna to do something. And if it's something special like this, hey, man, who else is doing this? They're still, getting people to traditionally follow the rules and regulations and be in etiquettes and all that stuff. That was nothing to Lord Chaitanya and his devotees. They thought, what is this? We're here to bring Vrindavan. Aren't we here to bring Vrindavan? Hey, man, we brought Vrindavan. How about, can you imagine when you go to these fights, we're Prabhupada, and you go, hey, man, we're here to bring Vrindavan, and we're doing it. Can you imagine these? Why are you so assured and confident? Because it's true. Can you imagine making it? Because it's a fact, man. It's like the Matrix movie. The Matrix movie? The guy didn't know he was the one. Well, let me tell you, you're the one, man. You are the one. You are getting this mercy. You are chanting in ecstasy. You're the one. Nobody's going to get it. You're the one. Okay? And so he was, and people were saying, you're the one. You're the one. And he said, I don't know. And doubts. He had doubts. I don't know. Let me go to the oracle and ask her, am I the one? And she said, no, you're not the one, man. You don't got to eat your cookies. And he went, He didn't have confidence in his abilities that it was given. Okay? And when in the end, he did. In the end of the movie, he realized, yes, something special has been given to me. And he acted on it. See? And came in. So something special has been given to a lot of devotees here. Okay? And how do you, it's like, so here, we're in this world. What are we here for? What? We're here to do two things, actually. Once you get this gift, two things only. What else is there? This is what Lord said, the highest thing is to relish this ecstasy and to glorify it. Right? To actually teach people that this is really good. It's not crazy. It's really wonderful. Look at us explain these verses here. Look, how can you, I'm saying this is so glorious, this ecstatic worship, because as it matures, you understand the scriptures. That is the greatest treasure. See, I tell people what treasure is. You know, real treasure is to taste these mellows, man. You because you just develop automatically real intelligence. You become smart. Okay? You become empowered. You get over fear. No more anxiety. You're a liberated soul. No more birth and death for you. There's a lot of perks in this kind of treasure, man. Oh, really? I didn't know this was actually treasure. I thought treasure was gold. Yeah, no, this is the gold. It's golden, man. People with gold, they cannot surpass birth and death. They cannot surpass fear. Look at all Bill Gates has a lot of gold, but look, he's in fear. He's afraid people are going to attack him. He has to control them, put him in a psychological jail. See, he can't get over fear with all his gold. But look at us. We don't have much gold, but we get over fear. We're surpassed the cycle of birth and death. We were even smarter than Mayavadis by the grace of Krishna and loving him. It's the best to have. Can you imagine preaching like this instead of just to the choir, but to the devotees? And they start to say, boy, you really sure about it? Yes, we're very sure about it. And prove it. And then you explain to them, you see how this is with Lord Chaitanya's time and now. See, people need a bridge. You're the bridge, man. You're the one out there. You who are getting this mercy are the one. If you have faith in what we're doing, faith in this path, faith in these books, faith that you're following these books, who's going to show that? How are you? If you go in the door, many of you have went in the door. You're the shepherd of the sheep. Otherwise, you don't know. That's why I say people establishing, yes, Vaidhi Bhakti Prabhupada's the only acharya, man. But you went in the door deeper. You're deeper in the door. See, so their sheep. They're looking. Oh, they're standing up for Prabhupada in the Vaidhi path. We'll go in that door because they're standing up and we're over here. And it always comes down to this is a personal. Naming names, not just some. I mean, what do you establish? Oh, just a philosophy, and then okay, yeah. Where did you direct people? They directed them to Prabhupada and the Vaidhi path. Where are you directing them? See, that's why I said, put a name to your preaching and show where there's a place for them to go. Otherwise, it's a philosophy thing. Oh, you're a philosopher. Okay, wonderful. Here you can practical, didn't they? Jesus' apostles, they told people where to go and who is it, who is tagged by God. Okay? So I'm just preaching this because I like the people get liberated. What do I be an acharya or a non-acharya? It doesn't matter in that sense for some personal gain. I want to see the gain of other persons. You don't know, and the acharya is not thinking for their own welfare is attained. What do I need personally? I only want to see people get this treasure, right? Isn't that what I'm so happy when people get more bhakti than I am. See, ye shall do greater things than I. If that's not happening here, then we're not really being empowered by Krishna. Krishna is an increaser. If you're not having more dreams than me, then like Johan, he caught it right there. He was preaching good. Boom. See, that's what people need to hear. Where is the real path now? Otherwise, they think, oh, let's continue on with the old preaching. I mean, this is what Prabhupada does want, right? Progress. Not to stay stuck in a certain level. See, so if people want to move to the next level, you got to hear the right preaching from the witnesses who went in the door and become the shepherd of the sheep. Okay? And you'll do the same thing that I do. As guru, the same understanding will come to you and you will preach the same way. Why not? It's the real path. It's always the same. See? You'll preach what? What do we preach about? Lord Chaitanya and his conceptions, right? That's all I'm doing. That's guru. Guru is you preach the conceptions of Lord Chaitanya. And he did two things. He preached Vaidhi also he said, well, he knew not everybody could come right onto this path. And he preached Raganuga. So we're the Raganuga installment. Okay? So And so we're here for those ready to move to that thing. See, isn't it nice to know what you're about here, what the mission is, and be clear about that and be with the mission? Otherwise, you see some devotees here, they come in flip-flopping back Prabhupada's mission, inviting them back here, and they wonder, why am I not feeling empowered? No, that's why. You're not with this mission. You're not all in on it. And the ones who are more all in on it, they're getting more solid here. See, this is the training so that we can go into mature and do what Krishna did. See, when Krishna matures in us, then we go to mature where the devotees are oppressed by the kamsas. What do you think these teachers and gurus and sannyasis are? There's still a certain amount of oppression there, isn't there? That's why they stay at that level. They can't get free of themselves. It takes somebody stronger to do that. Well, that's our army here. See, we're strength. This is our new Vrindavan. We're powering up, getting purified, becoming spiritually stronger, more clear. See? What for? Wow, there's a mission. Get a mission to make people happy, right? Like us. You know, show them what real happiness is. So, Freddie, is being ecstatic enough to be an acharya? The order of the parampara and their blessings to be an acharya. Yes, you need, see, like with Prabhupada. He came to me and said, this has my approval. You're doing exactly what I want you to do. Do more of this. Yeah, it does. So you'll either have a dream and the guru will come to you, or Krishna will come to you, like Krishna came to Madhavinda Puri and said, because of your ecstatic love, I will be delivering many people. Yeah. And also, see, you notice here, ecstatic love is here in this temple, okay? But also conclusions are here. It's important, isn't it? You need not just, there's just the ecstasy. When the ecstasy matures, your conclusions will mature also. You become more clear. You notice how that is? You just get more and more revelation. Yeah. So, yeah, and that's how it is. And people look at, oh, really? You got that kind of intelligence to explain all these esoteric things? Yeah, this up from ecstatic worship and from the help of the book Bhagavad, and the devotee Bhagavats, that we can understand all these things by their mercy. So by the reaction of those who come for the first time, this is most definitely new. Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course, it's new. And this is, I'm speaking now because there might be new people, yourself included. You're pretty new, okay? But, I'm here teaching and you're part of it. This is for those who have been here like, a while and they're really clear and, they know what they know. And so that they can go and do more like practical work of delivering people. I mean, are you a soul winner or what? Are you here to win souls into the kingdom? All they have to do is believe in your preaching. All you have to do is convince them. Some are at that point where they can convince others if they get out there. It's like a little, how the birds, the mother pushes out of the nest, the birds, and then they have to fly. We do a little of that like this. We push them out of the nest a little bit. Jesus did too. He was go out there and preach the kingdom. That's how they get purified. And you'll see when you start preaching, you become very ecstatic. It's so nice to preach the truth in this world of darkness. Can you imagine? Do you think Prahlad didn't like preaching in hell? We're in like hell here now. Hell is coming up to this world. Hell is being established. You notice hell is being established here? You know what that is? Mode of ignorance. Mode of ignorance. They're teaching lies as truth, lies as truth. Even the CIA said, it's when we can get people to believe in lies as truth, then we've won. And they're winning now. This is the fight. And the good people, the demigod types, they're fighting this. They say, come on, you're establishing lies as truth. This ain't right. So what are we doing? Where's our part in all of this? Do we just, point out the faults of the demons? They know their faults. What's the point, Or try to convince others that they're being lied to? Okay, that's their job. Everybody has their inspiration, right? Where's your inspiration? My inspiration is to preach the deeper truth, the deepest truth, the highest truth. What about you guys out there? I love this. I love the highest truth, man. That's fantastic. I'm preaching the highest truth, higher than the demigods can see or the demons. For who? For their welfare. Because even if you get one person out there looking, wow, what are you doing, man? Hey, man, this is great, man. This is God. Elon Musk is trying to go to Mars, and we're surpass all the universal coverings. God, these people want to be immortal by putting their consciousness in AI. We're already immortal. We're living in our spiritual body. It's immortal, man. You want to live like we have no fear. I'm not afraid of anything. I'm not afraid people taking my disciples away or my money away or this away. Why? Because I have treasure already. This is the real treasure. This is the highest truth. Preaching that. Can you imagine? This delivers people. Delivers demons or demons, doesn't matter. Whoever comes, whoever listens, whoever believes in this preaching, all their sins will be forgiven. Doesn't matter who you are, demigods, demons. You don't think this is the same that Jesus said? Anybody who believes in me and believes in what? Who is Jesus? He's his word, right? He had a word. That word is a promise. I felt it immediately. I believed in him like this, and then boom, all my sins were forgiven. I was in with God. Okay? Anybody believes in this preaching, you will taste mellows. You will taste devotional mellows. That's the word here. If you believe in this word, if you say you believe in Goharidas, you believe in his preaching and in his word. I'm just bringing forth what Lord Chaitanya brought, right? Yeah, I'm bringing forth that word, that preaching. That's my job here. I went in the door, and I'm here to teach. I'm here to teach those concepts that he taught. And you can all compare them in the book. You can go and look in all these books and see they are there. This preaching is there, and it is here because what you see here is there. And what you see there is here. Talk about as above, so below. See, that's all above. See, Lord Chaitanya was from above. See? And so below is here. See? So we're bringing what is from the spiritual world here into this world. See? Not as above and not below. Not here in this world, not at this time. No, we're bringing forth those conceptions, those pure conceptions. That's why Lolita, I was watching her. She's very ecstatic, chanting these verses. See, why? Because they're conclusive. Man. They make God happy in her heart. So happy that the ecstatic symptoms manifest. See, this is preaching. See? You tell people practically how God is working, right? Teach them to be electricians, how the electricity works. Yeah, people don't even know how to turn the light on. Here, we know how to turn the light on, and we teach you the electrical wiring, how it's all wired up. My God, where do you get this kind of teachings, man? You're getting a degree in spiritual science. Krishna. So this way has always been the only way to proceed since Krishna disappeared. Yeah, it's always by hearing from experienced devotees. A spiritual master is an experienced devotee, experiencing a relationship with Krishna and Radha really, truly, genuinely. No bullshit, no bluffing. Empowered by those lordships, empowered by loving God. I believe that you're doing it. Yeah. When you say, I believe in a certain guru, if you say, I believe in Gaur Haridas, what do you believe in? And you're believing in this word that I'm preaching to you. See, the devotee is the word. And if the word works, it works. If I say I'm spiritual master and I'm blah, 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 preaching words and it don't awaken bhakti in you, it awakens faith in Vaidhi. You can have faith in Vaidhi, and that's why people have faith in Vaidhi, and I like to do all these rules and everything. Yeah, by my word, here, preaching, what kind of faith are you getting? Now you get faith in spontaneous devotional service, because that's what I'm here to preach. See? What happens? What's the result of, well, instead of getting Vaidhi, that Prabhupada and Bhakti Siddhanta and Bhakti Vinod preached with their mouth, you're getting spontaneous devotional service, because that's the word here. See, if you say I have faith in Gaur Haridas, what you're really saying, I have faith in this preaching. Okay? I have faith in spontaneous devotional service. I have faith in following the path of Raghunuga. I have faith he's a teacher of this. He knows what he's talking about. He knows personally. And I know now personally too. And I'm a witness. See, that's preaching. People need you. You don't think Maya will cave in when you preach like that, practically? This is a workshop here. This world is a workshop for you. Okay? It's a way to practice your skills, to hone them down, man. Go, practically. They're all standing up, man. See, as you're getting stronger, you'll be able to stand up too. They're going to stand up. You stand up higher. Because this is a higher teaching. Not naturally, it's higher. They're going to stand up with their inconclusiveness. You know this? Inconclusiveness. And you're going to stand up being more conclusive. You'll convince many people. Okay? If you don't stand up, you won't. It'll peter out. This is the thing. When Lord Chaitanya disappeared, Bhakti Siddhanta said the influence came into the parampara. And you know what they did? They just separated them. Vaishnavas have been kind of like that. They kind of separated themselves, and they did, just went about their activities. And it petered out. Okay? So Lord Chaitanya, when he was establishing it strong, you see, and became established while he was here. Nityananda also, they're preaching it, with gusto. Okay? And it stays strong. So that's how it continues. Otherwise, it'll just, they wrote their books and everything. And it happens sometimes. They had their Leela with Lord Chaitanya and everything. And so now we're in revival. Isn't that great? In revival. Yeah, we're taking what happened then and making it now. And the happiness that they felt making it now, then, we're feeling that now. It's so nice to make people happy, to set them free. Look at what the flowers growing in this garden here. Yeah. Richard. Yeah, okay. Back to the chat. I just wanted to say a little bit about that. It's important, because we're at that time now. So now you see it's a workshop out here. It's fun, it's nice. It's like playful, you go talk to the devotees now, because they're all trying to establish. They're all looking, man. They think, Prabhupada and all that. Go out there, help them out, man. I think many of you can do it now. Go look at the pages now. Practically, otherwise you're preaching to the choir. Yeah, go. Yeah, so they don't like it. That's part of it. It's like a little baby crying and all this. You still go on. They want to see if you're really committed. If you can really handle them. Yeah, so that's how Jesus is still here. You notice they're still doing this. What are they doing? Standing up? Do you ever see these people, the Christians? They go out on a street corner, they stand up for Jesus. And the people don't like, what do you do? They stand up. And then some people come, the ones that are meant. So we all, there's always room for improvement for us all, me, myself included. We just never stop. It's great. You can always have a project. We're all just always a continuing project. They're great. So when faith is deep rooted and one starts to feel bhakti in one's heart, and no one can shake that faith. Yeah, again, so this is what they don't have bhakti. And they don't believe in what we're doing. And see, it's a faith thing. But when you believe in what you're doing and you stand for it, all of a sudden people start caving in because they want that, don't they? I mean, why wouldn't you want faith in the truth? The truth is sets you free. The truth is so fantastic. The truth makes you really happy. Everybody has truth in the material modes of nature, happiness and distress, and the demigods even, because it's material emotion, goodness only. Goodness, and then sometimes badness attacks them, and good and bad and good and bad. Look what we got. Isn't it special? Oh my God, ecstatic devotional love of God that Lord Chaitanya came and had and gave to the world. We've got that special jewel. That pearl of great price Jesus talked about, many of us have that. See? Pearl is this devotion, isn't it? This is what I want to establish in this world. Devotion, supremacy of association with ecstatic devotees, not just Vaidhi now. Okay, Prabhupada did that. And they're only on the level of Vaidhi. Okay, now the next installment is this truth. Associate with ecstatic devotees and you'll become ecstatic. Pretty simple. Association, association, association. Those who have enough sufficient intelligence will understand what you're talking about. Oh yeah, that makes sense. If you still don't, if you're big acharya and a big guru and everything, you still don't understand, well, whoever's going to you, they're not going to move along very far. If you can't understand by associating with devotees who are chanting like 550 years ago, you're not helping people very much nowadays. This is the will of God. This is what Jesus was talking about. When a current acharya, he was a current acharya. Moses was the previous one. He was the current one. And people should not stand up for Moses's principle. They need to learn to stand up for the message coming through Jesus, right? That's how it works. That's how it works in Vaishnavism. See, the current message now is not Vaidhi. This is the will of God. Even Prabhupada came through Prabhupada. See, Prabhupada gave me this order, his approval. So this is the current will of the Lord is, hey man, come up to ecstatic devotion. All you have to do is believe in this preaching. All you have to do is have faith in these words. And look, we have people have mental problems and they give classes, they start crying. So it's just not about some material, well, he's guru because he's austere and he lived in a cave and he's going around in humble pie. No, you're a real guru or a real follower if you follow what God's will is at this time. God's will is to relish this level of bhakti now. That's his will. If you say, no, that's not God's will, well, then that's not God's will for you and anybody you're associating with. God's will is this now, that people come to the spontaneous devotional service. And if you believe in this message and this word, you will also come very quickly to this. You'll attain Krishna without a lot of trouble. Otherwise, you've got a many lifetime trip because you believe in that word of these teachers and gurus. See, that's why that's just tradition. That ain't nothing. That's not an acharya really. Acharya makes a special contribution. not just moving people along and just still, well, the previous charges, they gave rules and regulations, and you just carry, well, we're going to give you more rules and regulations. What kind of come on, man. Is that a really special contribution, or are you just carrying on tradition? No, a special contribution now is to move people from Vaidhi to the next platform. That takes big time empowerment. See? Now that's laudable. And that's what's being done here. Have full faith in Srila Gauridasa's preaching. When you see clearly the two different paths, you can choose. Exactly. What are we doing? We're making it clear. When I came to Krishna consciousness in 1980, they didn't make it clear. They said, this is how you worship Krishna. There is no other way. Even though the books are teaching, there is another way. Isn't that amazing? The books are teaching that, but they didn't teach that. They couldn't teach that. They didn't know. Even though the books, this is the whole thing. The books are saying so many other things, and they don't know, and therefore they don't teach it. Well, I had to finally come to know, because I was slated for that other path of Raganuga Bhakti and spontaneous. From the beginning, I was on that path. But there was no teacher teaching it. There was no alternative. So part of what do we establish? We're here to establish something. There's Vaidhi Bhakti and Raganuga. Oh, you don't believe me? Well, here, look in Prabhupada's books, and you'll see there is the path of spontaneous devotional service, the path of Raganuga Bhakti. Look at Vishwanath's preaching; it's in there. See, we can call attention. See, call people's attention. Hey, look at this. Oh, well, nobody ever called my attention to that before. Well, they don't have the power to do that. They don't have the empowerment to do that, but we do. We're here to call your attention to what's deeper in Prabhupada's books, for those who are ready to move deeper. Thank you for showing the difference and being here to guide. Yeah, just doing it. See, we work together as a team. Teamwork, isn't it? That's how it is. Prabhupada worked, and he had his disciples. They worked together as a team. It's wonderful. That's why they got so much accomplished. Yeah. Okay, so. Okay. I think I've belabored this one enough. Let's see here. Hare Krishna. Let's do a little more of this. You know what Prabhupada said? He said, something about worshiping God with sentiment without philosophy is sentimentalism or something. Okay? Sentimentalism. So we need both. See, that's like Lilita was saying in her class. The conclusive, Lord Chaitanya was filled with what? The conclusive understanding of devotional service. Okay? So and so he brought that out. And he did it through Ramananda Roy too, who became like a cloud filled with those conclusive by the empowerment of Lord. See, I like that point where, she was reading Lord Chaitanya and Ramananda Roy. They touched each other's body and they became ecstatic. That's what we're doing. We're touching the body of the Lord by his word, by his mantra, by our faith. See, touching his body and we're becoming ecstatic. We've been given that gift. Okay. Otherwise, how is that going to have any meaning now? What was then and now? See, this is how you do it, by mantra. That's proof that you are an associate of Lord Chaitanya. When you can chant Lord Chaitanya's name, Nityananda's name, Radha and Krishna's name, and you're touching their body and you become ecstatic. Right? See? Boy, The name of God is not different than that same body that was here 550 years ago. What do you experience when you touch that body now by the name? See, that's your real guru out there. See, we're here to establish what is a real guru now. See, this is why the Maya doesn't like it. It keeps standing up for different things, standing up for all these other gurus. I'm saying you're not a real guru unless you touch the name of God and become ecstatic, just like Ramananda Roy touched the actual body of Lord Chaitanya and became ecstatic. And the Lord becomes it because it's a two-way street, actually. That's the intimacy. Actually, the truth is the Lord is becoming ecstatic and you are a devotee, and you become ecstatic because the Lord is ecstatic and you're meeting the Lord. What you see are people meeting the Lord here, having the ability to commune with God. And it's a very ecstatic experience for both. And it's a symptom of intimacy with the Lord. Is when you see a devotee that's ecstatic, that means they're touching the Lord's body. And that's your guru in this world. And if you don't get this, you are not established in the truth. Maya will bewilder you. These gurus will bewilder you because they're not up to the real standard. They can't get you to Vrindavan unless they can touch the body of the Lord through his mantra, through his name, and become ecstatic. Is that conclusive or wise? This is what the world needs to hear. If you believe in this word, which is very true, and when you look at the book, you can see that revelation is right there. And otherwise, it has no meaning. I'm just saying, oh yeah, the name of Krishna is non-different than Krishna. Yeah, do you experience that non-difference? Because if you do, you're going to cry, laugh, and all kinds of amazing experiences. Otherwise, what kind of guru are you now? We got the gold standard. We're preaching gold standard. Why wouldn't you? Don't people want gold? Don't people like gold? Don't you Vaishnavas? You don't know what gold is, so we're here to teach you. We're here to show you and teach you. To show we're not just sentimentalists. We knowledge from this. This is Bhagavad Gita 10:10 in action. To those who worship the Lord like Lalita Ganga. With great loving ecstasy like you see there and other places and rivers. I give them the understanding, them the real knowledge. That's what we preach. That's a real Bhakti Vedanta. These other guys, they just got it proclaimed. We proclaim you, Bhakti Vedanta. Here, the Lord proclaims us Bhakti Vedanta because our Vedanta comes from Bhakti. Have you noticed anybody out there? Or do we have to club the donkey demon inside a little bit more? See, religion without philosophy. Religion without philosophy is simple. And philosophy without religion is speculation. So we need to define religion in a little more refinedly. The religion is Sri Radharani. Honest with you. She's the one who knows religion. Nobody else knows. If you don't have a relationship with her, you don't know what religion is. That's why Lord Chaitanya knew what religion is, because he had this tremendous devotion. And she informed him. She informs us what real religion is. Real religion is simple. I just repeat what Lord Chaitanya proclaimed. Devotion to Krishna is the real religion for this age. If you don't got it, what kind of guru are you? Not very kind of low quality. Teaching like speculative knowledge, unrealized knowledge in there. Only the devotees know Bhagavad Gita. They are Bhagavad Gita. You got to be Bhagavad Gita personified. You got to be that verse, Bhagavad Gita 10:10. To those who worship Krishna, love it. Are you that? Most gurus are not even that yet. Therefore, you don't have the right understanding yet, or the right knowledge to get into the kingdom. See, the guru does. And that's the mercy, is you get the knowledge that gets them in the kingdom. They give it to you. That makes sense. Simple, isn't it? Richard, that has always confused me in regards to ISKCON. They ignore so much. Well, they can't help it because, they just lack association. They lack association with what we're giving here, this kind of to move him on to the next platform. So that's the way it was 500 years ago with the associates of Lord Chaitanya. Many, many sannyasis, gurus, and other places, and sannyasis and Brahmins, aristocrat Brahmins, they had to go to these sudras to get higher education, higher understanding, because the strong mercy was upon sometimes sudras like Ramananda Roy and Vasudev Das. They had to go in and learn from them, because if they wouldn't, that there was pride. Oh, you're proud of your position. Oh, well, too bad. You missed the boat. Just like now, people are missing the boat because they're too proud of their position. Oh, I'm not going to go to Goa Haridas and get higher information. We're giving up this. Can you imagine? We give 4 and 5 hour classes a day. And that's just one shot. And with the deepest tapas that they can't even dream about in the thing, and they won't come here because it's pride. See? But if there's a sincere sannyasi or follower out there, they will come because Krishna knows their heart. If you're a sincere person, Lord God, the Lord will inform you. It's like Amy. She's coming from another place. Didn't even have a picture of Krishna. But she was inspired from her heart. That's why the preaching goes on. And whoever the Lord wants to liberate will come. And yeah. And people still have a little bit of thieving, this thieving mentality. They come in and have jealousies and all they don't admit. Well, we'll try and help you also. You won't be very effective in your preaching unless you become a sincere follower of the real path. That's why you see those who still have that in them, they can't preach very well. But look at you guys. When you're faithful, this is everything you should learn from the faithful devotees and overcome these things by that association. Contradictory in the religious beliefs. Can you read this here, Lita?
Many philosophers are contradictory.
Wait.
Madhusudana says, replying to Freddy Bowson, many philosophers are contradictory to the religious beliefs. In religion, a person has to live a particular way of life, but philosophy helps a person to think freely and guides them to live even a better life.
Read that again.
Difficult, huh? Many
difficult.
Madhusudana says, replying to Freddy Bowson, many philosophies are contradictory to the religious beliefs. In religion, a person has to live a particular way of life, but philosophy helps a person to think freely and guides them to live even a better life.
Yeah. It's so cluttery, isn't it? It's complicated.
Complicated, yeah.
Complicated, yeah. See, I don't know. See, that is in your mind is not clear. This is not conclusive. It's full of. I just tell you honestly, full of a lot of speculation and not understanding philosophy are contradictory. It's like gobbledygook. To be, you're not listening, I guess, because you know what you should do? Stand up more, come more live here with us if you want to get purified. Confront more, because this is not clear at all. This is what we're doing here. And this is why people like go to Mina and other places and get all these things and lose faith in what we're doing. Okay? Because you need to get purified. This is not clear. This is not doing. Isn't that nice? It's refreshing to hear clear things. See? So I would suggest, if you're interested, is come more live, do more lives and let the devotees see you and talk to you. Like now, this is good. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm going to read it. Many philosophers contradict religious belief. See, it's not clear and clean. We got to clean it up. So let's clean it up. Okay, many philosophers are contradictory to religious beliefs. In religion, a person has to live a particular way of life. But man, boy, it's so complicated. I can't.
Maybe you can explain it better.
Yeah, maybe you need to explain it better.
Better.
Yeah, explain it better because I don't understand that. That's what it needs. Explain things more and more until the more clarity comes, and the devotees can help. Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Replying to Richard James Cross.
No. Sorry, man. That's okay. Okay, let's chant it a bit. Yeah, you just gotta. Anyway, people are going to take what they take. We got to get really clear. Which, if you want to preach, we need to be really clear about stuff. And that again, okay, this again, the clarity comes by faith in the real path. See, if you believe in Prabhupada as the Acharya and that's it, well, then that's your inconclusiveness. People here cut really clear. Though when you find the real Acharya, the real spiritual master, and you're following the real path, which is having a bona fide spiritual master, a bona fide Acharya. The Acharya means devotion. They have real devotion. And you're following that path, you're going to get clear. If you're not following this path, you won't be clear. If you think you know, then you'll have conclusions like that. That's not clear. So it's good. You need to test your conclusions, and that's how we learn. So I invite you. You can also come on and just want to talk more about these things. All right. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. See, a lot of people that are into the Jesus thing, sometimes they think, oh, I don't need, we can just go through Jesus and all that. But if you really want to be clear and see, the proof is in the pudding. Those people think, oh, I don't know, Gohari, what is he? Or Prabhupada's Acharya and Go Jesus and Gohari. You got to show that if you're following the real path, it shows in your understanding. See, what are you standing under? So that understanding, that's proof that you need a guru, Madhusudana. You really need to accept it if you want to get more clear. Otherwise, you're going to be muddled like that. That's not clear. That's why even Freddie says, you are material and thus won't give you real freedom. Yeah, you need a bona fide. You want to go deeper. You want to go. It's not enough. Holy Spirit. No, you need Shiksha Guru, man. You need to and this goes not only you, for everybody, for Lance and all these other guys that are in their ideas like that. You want to move on. You need a bona fide Shiksha Guru, and there's nothing wrong with it. Those Christians need a bona fide Shiksha. Eric needs a bona fide Shiksha. They have a hard time accepting that, but they'll stay like they are, unclear. And you also like this, unclear. This is unclear, man. You want to stay in that unclarity, or you want to move on? Bona fide Shiksha. I just tell you directly. You've been around long enough. You want to move on? You want to be clear? I mean, it's so nice to be clear. Clear understanding, spiritual understanding. But you need a bona fide Shiksha Guru. And glorify. You say, yeah, and you will feel it, man. It will come from your heart. And then you'll say things that'll impact them and not, muddly. Just no clarity. Yeah. See? Lalita is an example, and they accept a bona fide spiritual master. Okay? They have a Shiksha Guru. You could say Shiksha Diya. Yeah. And in this way, you'll become an insider. You'll come inside of what we're doing. Otherwise, you stay outside. Everybody will. And you can tell, people glorify, Moses. It's like Moses is preaching. When the next phase is what's Jesus bringing in. We're bringing for the Vaishnavas the next phase. And we have people coming here and taking energy, and then they go, and Prabhupada is, yes, I agree with Ruchi, the Prabhupada is always and everything. She's standing up, and I agree, and I support that. I say, well, hey, man, you're muddled. Know what's going on here. You need to be straightened out. That's why they go to Mina's classes, and Madhu also. He goes to Mina's classes. What are you standing for, man? Standing for people who leave the real path, man. What kind of preaching is that you doing, or anybody doing? That's why Lance, he goes to Mina's preaching, and that's how he comes. He goes to the, yes, you're right. Prabhupada is the only Acharya. There's no Acharya. You see, that's what you get, because she thinks like that. I mean, hey, man, you want the benediction she get? Go listen to her, and you become like her. You think Lord Chaitanya is really happy with that, and not going and straighten them out and say, hey, what are you doing? Or just leave them alone like this. Or if you're going to go over there, preach to them. Why you want to look at the contamination? Then you go into, yes, Ruchi, you're right. Prabhupada is the only Acharya. And then they come over here to get energy. See? It's prostitution. It is spiritual prostitution. Lord Chaitanya called Balabhabata that a spiritual prostitution. I'm sorry, we have a high standard here, gold standard. We're here to help, get the gold. This is part of the fire, man. You might hate me for preaching like this, but get it out, man. Put it out. Anger, hatred, this stuff has to come out. Competition, wanting to be the same, you thinking you're the same. Your ideas are not the same as this. You want pure gold here. Isn't that nice to have gold? So pure body and following the real teacher and teaching, will get you there. And that goes for everybody. I mean, this is why people are showing the real path. You got to be a real disciple here. Lalita shows what a real disciple is. River shows what a real disciple is. Janaki shows what a real disciple is. Real Shiksha, they get Shiksha. And Shiksha Guru is more from the words of Prabhupada. Okay? Shiksha is more important. And if you don't honor Shiksha Guru, then you're not understanding. So I'm not here to get honor in that way. I like the path to be honored, the real path. Because if you don't honor it, you're not getting in there. See? I'm here to help my disciples and step to the standard. So they can benefit others and be the shepherd of the sheep that are looking for. These gurus are standing up, right? Japa standing up. I'm Guru Dev, man. Listen to me. See? His disciples and Radhanath's disciples standing up for them. He's my guru. There, I stand up for them. See? So we're here also to teach the value of standing up for things that are very unusual and different. This bhakti is there. Rarely preached.
Thanks for using.
See, great sage is not a great sage unless their opinion is different from others. But if people don't know that opinion, then no one knows where is the great sage, right? That's the witness program. You got to be the one. You got to be that great sage with a different opinion. Thousands of ISKCON devotees will disagree with you, right? Oh no, Jayapatana, Radhanath, their qualities, their Guru Vrindavan. And you have a different opinion than thousands of ISKCON devotees. And Gaudiya Math and Gaudiya Smriti. Some may have the right opinion, but not the right situation. Not the real devotee doing the job. You got that. You got the opinion and the right situation and the real potency. God is actually Krishna and Radha are working here in our Sangha, and that's true. She'll prove it. Because of your faith giving themselves to you. Isn't that a pretty big miracle? We'll talk about mercy. Because of your faith, and they're really working here. The Lord is giving you themselves. I think that's pretty acharya-ish, right? That the Lord is using us here to do that. Right? And because you're getting in, you're becoming more clear. And those who are not going in that way, they're muddled. Their ideas are purified. That's why I say you need Shiksha Guru. You get purified by really hearing real. And if you don't have real faith in them, you just kind of like playing, doing the show, and you got your own ideas. See, you're not purified. You'll be like some people that come here. So I'm here to help everybody. They can be helped, and kind of encourage you a little bit. I mean, if you don't see a bona fide spiritual master here, go find them that you would, and follow that path and see if you get what Lalita gets. That's proof is in the pudding. If the empowerment is here, and this is the message, then you will get ecstatic. What we've seen in what I've seen personally. I was in a Raj group, and they're preaching a little bit like this, Oh yeah, the bona fide guru, you get prema and all that stuff, but nobody's getting the prema. It's like her. She goes to a crying school and nobody's crying. See? Okay, so they're preaching it, but nothing's happening. See, the happening is what you're preaching. If you're really bona fide and really empowered and preaching about spontaneous devotional service, somebody should be getting it. That I didn't see. All I see was about a pride becoming it. That's the problem there. Okay, you heard about it, but it wasn't working yet. Okay? So here you're hearing the glories of spontaneous devotional service, the glories of Raganuga Bhakti, the power of it. It's actually a path and all its intricacies, the relationships of devotees, the all details, and people are getting it. See? If they are in soul said, "This is my teaching me the real path," I'm going to lay in my speculations and just listen and get purified. Oh, you're going to make now you're going to make realism. Otherwise, just kind of hanging out and not taking it seriously. Hey, man, this is the path, man. I'm teaching. Here is a bona fide guru, and you're following that. See, chapter one, whoever's following chapter one is going to get real bhakti. It's going to get real purified. If you're not following chapter one and it's coming here and say, Gohari is my spiritual master. We got some that can't do that. Or with gusto. My spiritual master, I'm learning Raganuga Bhakti devotional service. If you can't do that, you're not situated in chapter one teaching, right? And or you say, well, I still don't have faith in it. Okay, well, what are you here for? I'm here to teach this. I just like to take the energy and I like, and all that. Come on, man. Go ahead.
Okay, faith needs to grow maybe, but just try it out. Glorify Guru Maharaj, and you will have the confirmation of the Lord, and you will immediately see that it's true. Because the Lord reciprocates on you. Do the test. Do the test. Testify more for what you feel and what you experience, and you will feel that you're growing. You will feel the response of God.
Yeah. Well, I have to priming the pump a little bit. It's not these Prabhupada like Jesus. Their disciples don't right away have this, so they have to teach a little. I have to speak a little bit about the path, and it puts me in there because usually a Vaishnava doesn't speak about themselves and all that. But I have to. I doesn't move on. This is part of it. After a while, you just you understand that these principles, and then you'll do it. You'll do it. But this is how it works. I mean, people have been here a long time, and so I just encourage you. This is how you. Hari, your picture goes off and on, and the sound is okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah, since you are in Mexico, it's sometimes like that.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Very tired of the class from here. Okay. You know what? Let me try. Let me try putting it on my cell phone here. Tell me if this doesn't work better. Switch it.
Can I say something more, Guru Maharaj? Oh.
Please go ahead. Oh wait, wait 1 second. Let me connect it to this thing.
Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Am I still live now? Maybe I should chant. Not have an empty moment. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhara, Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. No, I wanted to say, Guru Maharaj say, yeah, you can say it, but wait a little bit. So I will say it now. You can go live even if you cannot, if you are not really deeply ecstatic, or if still your faith needs to grow. But because you are here every day or so many times in class, maybe you can make a live video to talk about your experiences. You can't, it's different for everybody, but you can talk a little bit about what you gain here, how you experience Guru Maharaj, how you experience the testimonies of others, etc., etc., and that will make you grow. How did I start? I hardly knew English, but I said what I felt. I just said what I felt. And while I was talking, the Lord was helping me, and I felt really empowered to testify for this movement. I've asked, are the disciples empowered as well? Yes, you can feel that.
Yeah. You're empowered through the real disciplic line. See, this is the thing. If as soon as you start the line, so you change the line. Okay, well, thank you very much. I got energy from you, and now I'm an ecstatic devotee. Then you got the Christina thing. See, this is not Vaishnava. This is do it. This is not how you maintain your line. Can you imagine the disciples of Jesus at some point saying, well, thank you very much, Jesus, the Holy Spirit. Now we're on our way. Can you imagine? It doesn't work like that. Imagine the disciples always saying, thank you very much for Spirit there of devotion. Now we're not going to see you. That was Vallabhavata. He did that. See? That's not the real line. I'm here to teach the real line. You don't like it? You're friggin' bad. I'm here to tell the truth. I'm here to teach the real line, not the false lines, not the prostitute lines. I'm here to teach Lord Chaitanya, the real line. Okay? This is the real line. This is solid, man. You know, that stuff is snake. You want to be snake? Follow those lines like that. This is it, man. This is preaching, and you will. The disciples felt that they could preach. They had power. They were empowered by the real spirit of devotion, conclusive understanding. That is powerful, man. That's God. Yeah, and this ecstasy stayed with them, just like here, our ecstasy stays with the real devotees. You fall off. Look, you flake off, right? You become a flake, a snowflake. Snowflake. Float away. And then we got people floating over to snowflakes over there, giving them some power. They get energy here and go over to the snowflakes. That ain't nothing. That's why you have conclusions like this. That ain't purified, man. You're in the green berets, man. Krishna will just take you out after a while. What good is this? What good are you? Like this. Look at these conclusions. Not up to snuff. But they gotta follow the real line, man. Become a real spirit devotee. Otherwise, you'll flake out like these others. It's your chance,
and have
man.
the deep pleasure.
The deep pleasure of real bhakti, man. This speculation, what kind of pleasure is it? I don't get pleasure. It's material, like Freddie said. That goes for others. Come on, man. God is any different than when you have a relationship with a company, with a wife or a husband. Chastity. When you find the real husband and the real wife, the real teaching, the real teacher. You want empowerment. The commitment to that. Commitment to that, dedication to that. Otherwise, Maya's got plenty of engagement out there for people. Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't do any better because it doesn't work with my cell phone. So this is what we're up to. It seems to be working okay here. Is everybody else having a problem? Let me know.
Sometimes it's a little bit shaky.
Okay, well, it is what it is. I can't do any better. It could be people are on the line or something. Could be in India, Mexico. Yeah, I don't know, man, In there. Okay, so anyway, I'll get what we got. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Tired, huh? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Let's try this. Let's try this one. Let's see. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thanks for using.
Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the spiritual masters, the devotees of the Lord's incarnations, and his plenary portions, his energies, and the primeval Lord himself, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Yeah, and then nice. Offer obeisances to all these different manifestations of Krishna. See, but they got to be real manifestations of Krishna. Okay? The devotees are the associates, and those who are empowered to act as gurus are also Krishna in that form. Okay? That's why they're so conclusive. Okay? Very. If you want clarity, that's why you have to go in the real line. Okay? That's why we're here to establish Guru Tattva. Have to. Otherwise, people don't get purified. People whose hearts aren't into what we're doing here, that's why they don't get purified. They hear it a long time. Okay? But their hearts are not really into what we're doing and manifesting that path. Therefore, they don't get clear. You notice this is proof that this really works. Because those who are following this real line and are learning that Guru Tattva is the door to bhakti, their hearts are getting purified. They're getting more clear. Okay? So, that's the path being taught here. Okay? If you otherwise you're doing something else. You're following some other path, speculation. See? So that's what when I see those who are following this path here and those who are not following the real path here, I see a difference in quality. People that are following the real path, they get more clear, more ecstatic. See, and also more conclusive, right? It's a package, isn't Radha and Krishna a package? If you sacrifice the conclusiveness, you won't get the ecstasy, and that without the ecstasy, you won't become conclusive. Okay? And if you're not sufficiently purified by hearing from their representative, which teaches the real path, then you won't come to that point of getting the whole picture. You'll either have half. You'll either become a sahaja or an intellectual, and dry. Okay? This path is complete. If you got a bona fide spiritual master, you got Krishna in that form, and they're going to be as conclusive as Krishna is. Okay? They're going to present, and if your heart has been purified, you'll see what they present agrees with the deep conclusions in the books. So why wouldn't you accept something like that? If you don't, you're all in your mind still. You're not following the real path. You don't even understand Guru Tattva yet. So we're here to cut the contamination off, so you can get it cut off of yourself, or you just fall away. You'll flake off from the real path. Yeah. So I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. In the beginning of this narration, simply by remembering the spiritual master, the devotees of the Lord, and the personality of Godhead, I invoked their benedictions. Okay? So why wouldn't you remember the spiritual master? See, you want to invoke their benedictions, it's complete. Okay? You remember the devotees of the Lord, the spiritual master, and the associates of God. Okay? And they invoke their benedictions. Okay? And that's why my disciples can do better than me in the preaching, in the sense you show by your example. When you think of your guru, you feel the benedictions. And when you think of the guru, the Vaishnavas, and Krishna, it's complete. Oh, you feel the ecstasy. Okay? You can do more than me. I haven't had a living guru that I could say to invoke their benedictions. Okay? You can do it practically. Because you do. And people need to hear it, because unless they get a bona fide spiritual master, you see they're not getting through, are they? Even here, they hear for years and still not getting through, because in their heart they haven't accepted the Shiksha Guru and heart and soul. That this is my Guru, man. This is my life and soul. Lord Krishna came as my Guru to deliver me. They don't have that, and therefore they're not clear inside. muddled in their minds. You got to follow the real process and you get the real benediction, right? See, how can you become conclusives like these verses unless you're like these verses? Unless you're like Krishna Das Kaviraj, who had a living guru, gave his uh, his obeisances to his Diksha and Shiksha gurus and the Supreme Lord and all that. See, this is why you guys are getting through that are like this. You are the Shastras, man. You gotta be. You have equal faith in a living guru. I mean, live in a body speaking to you, the conclusive truth and Krishna. Therefore, the real purports are revealed to you and nobody else. And if anybody wants to understand these things, they're going to understand by your example of following the real path. And you see, even those who are in this group that don't follow the real path in their heart and soul, not clear. So this is an opportunity for those who are like that to understand. You really want real bhakti, you want entrance into Vrindavan, you have to follow the devotees who are entering Vrindavan. They're following the real path. They are the real path. They will be able to say, yeah, I am the way. My example is the way. It's the truth. And it's the life. It's the life I've got. That were the early disciples of Jesus. Okay? They followed the real path. Okay? The real path is right there in the book. Right there in this first chapter of Chaitanya Charitamrita. You'll love it. There's some special taste in preaching the truth in this dark world of hell, hellish things, hellish speculations. The people, gurus in the line, they have all kinds of ideas, unpurified mind. Therefore, they're just floundering in this world. They're not making any real tangible advancement. People think it's just Hare Krishna, chanting the holy name and all that. Well, why did Lord Chaitanya teach these things? See? That's because if you want to enter, if you just want liberation, chant the holy name. Okay, fine, you get a little liberation, but that's not Vrindavan. Vrindavan is filled with conclusive truths. The highest truth, the highest understanding is Chaitanya Charitamrita, chapter 1. The glories of the door. Anyway, Tom, I don't have time for this. I'm preaching now. So it's either you get on or you get off. I don't want to hear anything more, okay? Because I'm busy. Just either, just listen. You don't have to be on. Just listen. If it's not working, it's not working. Okay. Matter of fact, I'll just take you off because you got no camera. Okay, just listen. There you go. Just listen as best you can. Yeah. This is actually important, isn't it? It's really this is that's why it says it's through the devotees who chant the holy names with great ecstatic devotion they realize these things. And that's why that book is there. This is the highest revelation of God is in this book. And why we going to just go over chapter 1? No, when you're ready to go to Vrindavan, you get such a guru, okay? And then you follow that path. See? And then you enter into Vrindavan that way. Then you get the benediction. You are the verse. You remember your spiritual master like Lalita does and Johan does, and the tears come to your eyes. You feel the benediction of Krishna immediately. See? Because you are these verses like Krishna Das was. This is the real path. That's why people don't get purified here that are not like that. See, so we're here to cut the illusions down, cut them off, right? Don't you want to? This is the truth. Truth is you got to be that truth. Then you'll say, like Jesus said, "Yeah, I'm the truth. I live the truth, man. Yeah, I'm the way. I'm." That's why I say you guys can do better than me because I couldn't find a living guru like this. They all wannabes, and none of them prove, not one of them have proved they can awaken bhakti in others, pure bhakti like Lalita has. Not one. So why should I surrender to them? I tried, it didn't never work. That was the lesson. We add spice to the curry. See, we need a spiritual revolution, and groups like this are satisfying that need. People want a new direction in this. Yeah, yeah, groups like this. I wish I could find groups like this. I haven't found one group like this. That's the problem. It's not a problem. This is the group. It starts with one. How many groups when Jesus was here preaching something really different, something really worked that really transferred the Holy Spirit to others? One group. That's why it's rare, man. One out of millions of devotees. Prabhupada said that. One out of millions of devotees know Krishna, really. Knowing Krishna is only by this kind of worship. Knowing Krishna is showing real Guru Tattva here from the beginning. That's the foundation. Okay? And if your guru is preaching Vaidhi Bhakti, okay, that's what you get. Okay, that's what Prabhupada was preaching. But now, foundation of this Raganuga, spontaneous devotion, is also Guru Dev. They got to be solidly in this. They got to be that verse. So I just remember my disciples now, many of them. They're ecstatic devotees. It's like remembering the bona fide guru because they got Krishna in them. What's the difference? It may be a little different in maturity in the conclusions because, after a long time of worship, they mature more. It's like fine wine, set in there and it's maturing. And you keep drinking the wine. Here, you keep drinking the wine, it matures more. And empowered. The Lord is special empowerment. Okay. See, such remembrance of all destroys all difficulties and easily enables me to fulfill his own desires. All difficulties are destroyed by remembering Guru. See, all difficulties. Once devotion awakens, everything goes. Becomes easy. Everything becomes effortless. Okay. Skip ahead a little bit. You got your Chaitanya Charitamrita out there, Lalita?
Yeah, online I have it here.
Okay, read verse 31. Start there. Did you hear me? Oh, you're muted.
I was trying to find it. It took a while.
Okay, all right.
I found it now.
Okay.
Oh, glories to you, Guru Maharaj. Oh, glories to you. I cannot mention your name enough, really, because
Not
of
with a
the
straight
power in
face.
it. Sorry?
Not with a straight face. Okay, just go on. It's an American thing.
Yeah, oh my God, language. Oh, glories to you. Oh, glories to the discipline line. And I'm so sure it's you. It's all about you. And though you got the order, otherwise I wouldn't be what I am now. I wouldn't be transformed in a devotee. It wouldn't have happened. So,
See, this is the real path. The mercy of the Lord continues with you because you stay in the gratefulness is there. You think the Lord doesn't, this is God. When the heart is purified, you become the gratefulness manifests and the true understanding of the real path. And it's logical, it's clear, it's intelligent to think. That's why this is conclusive. You act conclusively. That is how you teach this. That's how you teach even people here. If they don't act conclusively like you are, they don't get this result. See, this is the thing. If they're going to understand the path, they learn from your word, your teaching, and your example. They're not going to get what you got or the clarity you got and others getting unless they follow the path that is the real path. We're here to teach the real path by example and by promoting it, by actually word too. The word comes true. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, I feel how alive this path is, and I'm always reacting on all those groups. All those groups, I react on all of them. I look at their videos, I give reactions, I challenge them. There's no answer. No
Yeah,
answer. Today, for the first time, there was an answer. I will see. Because I asked them, how does it work that the guru plants the seed inside of the heart of a devotee? So I'm waiting now for the answer.
yeah.
Um, I'm waiting. But
Yeah, I
here,
mean, that's the preaching. It's hard for me to do because they say, he's just glorifying himself. He's talking about himself. He's So that's why, you guys have you have a huge field there. You can say all kinds of truths you're realizing. See, and it applies to them. They need to follow the path you're following to get the results you got. Otherwise, they don't get it. See, you can do what I can't do. It's like the Jesus disciples could do. That when they got the Holy Spirit, they could do what he couldn't do. That's why more people came. That's why more people will come by because your example, that's called testifying. Ye
of
shall be
course,
witnesses. Yeah.
yeah,
So that goes for everybody, man. And when you do, I just teach you the same thing Jesus taught when this kind of special mercy is being given. Don't expect people to, especially in the beginning, if they really listen from their heart to the previous acharyas, they'll listen to you. But most don't hear, even like here, some people aren't really hearing what's really going on. See, so they're going to spit at you, they're going to hate you, they're going to, all kinds of weird shit's going to come out of it.
oh,
And that's
that's
just part
part
of
of
it.
it. Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but there's a special, it's like St. Francis when they asked him, what is the greatest contentment? And St. Francis, to go to the knock on the door and to preach the good news, the gospel. And then they come out and they throw garbage on you and rotten food and all that and throw it right on your head. He said, this is the greatest contentment. How it is.
And
If you're not like that, you can't preach much. You're just a wimp. I'm here to make, you want to be, you've seen those wimpy dogs with the tail. They even look like, we're here to make you strong, that you understand that's going to happen. Don't give me this bullshit. Well, they're not listening. They won't listen. Nah, it's your own weakness of heart. Get over it. Open your mouth, man.
so,
Cop out. It's a cop out.
thank you so much, Guru Maharaj, for this transformation. Oh my God. For giving me Radha, Radha Krishna.
See, she's thinking of her guru. See, and Krishna and Radha and all that. Look at the. See, that's the formula. It makes the cake. If you, especially when you cut out guru, you cut out the vine. Oh yeah, let's cut the vine off and go directly to the thing. That's what some people are doing here. That's why you're not getting purified. See? Oh yeah, let's cut out the vine. Hey man, the vine is really here, my friends. We proved it enough. Look at it. Lalita's proven it by example. See, though she doesn't cut the vine off.
No.
She doesn't depart from guru by saying, well, let's move him aside now. I'm an ecstatic devotee. That's not the real path.
No, no, no. No, no. I need the bread of life.
Yeah, only because you're selfish. You like the truth. You like to get the real cheese, and that you do follow the real path. That's why you got to, when people finally see that, they see, wow, look at this. She doesn't even so ecstatic. I would just usually give up. I would because now I'm it. I'm the one. See, and she's not doing it. See, you show a different example, and this is what people need to see.
Yeah, because it's so clear how it
Yeah.
works.
Yeah, people need that clarity. This is why Jesus said only the Father knows the Son, and the Son knows the Father, and the Son can reveal the true nature of the Father, the true nature of the path, the true nature of devotion, conclusive truth. All true comes from your mouth.
Yeah, it's so attractive to listen to you, Guru Maharaj.
Hey, read the purport on that verse. It's very good.
Okay. Bring me back to reality.
Work now, samadhi later. We're working samadhi at the same time.
Yeah. Work. I request all my Vaishnava readers to read and hear with rapt attention this narration of Sri Krishna Chaitanya as inculcated in the revealed scriptures.
Yeah, and you know what? Wait a second. That's when a red flag comes up to me when I read that verse. Read and hear. I thought, read and hear. Wait a second here. Then that's when you go for everybody. Listen to this. Go to the word for word, because Krishna will show you stuff like this. And then so now, read the word for word, Lalita.
Okay. Sakala, all Vaishnavas, all devotees of the Lord, Suna, please hear. Kari, making, Ekamana, rapt attention. Chaitanya, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishnera, the Lord, Sri Krishna. Shastra, scriptural reference. Mata, according to. Nirupana, decision.
Okay, you see that? Where did you see read in that word for word?
It's not written.
See, this
It's
is
not
what
there.
Prabhupada, yeah, see, the Ritvik says, oh no, we got Prabhupada's book, we can just read them. See, but that's not how you get it. You got to hear the vibration of these mantras from the devotee who is experiencing these deep levels of understanding.
Yeah.
See, yeah, you got to hear it. You get purified by that vibration.
Yeah,
Really, with rapt attention. Notice Karuna, he's listening better, and all of a sudden, wow, this is the best class. Yeah, you didn't hear it before. It's all rapt attention from hearing with faith. Not hearing with doubt, like, oh, why is he talking like that? And you're not really hearing, not getting purified. See, so it's hear, and then later on, when you, especially when you're purified, then, you contemplate these verses and become ecstatic too. But first, hear, get purified.
Yeah, it's so important. And Krishna adjusts on you because I didn't understand you.
Uh-huh.
And still he gave me understanding the
Yeah,
things I needed to understand. Can you imagine?
yeah,
And
yeah.
when I don't understand, still now, when the
Hmm.
concentration is, I'm listening to the vibrations that touch my heart, and it's
Yeah,
working. You really feel the flow. You really feel the sound of Krishna's flute. So it is so important to hear
yeah,
for so many reasons.
yeah. It's wonderful. Lord Krishna, it's a Shastra, scriptural reference, mata, according to a nirpa decision. See, decision, conclusiveness. People can read these shastras and interpret it in different ways, speculate on them and everything. That's the problem. It waters it down. It makes unclear. You can tell when people are not clear. You look at it, you can't. It's like, people are attached to that kind of speculation. It keeps you superficial. You can't go deep. You can't penetrate. See? And it keeps you on the surface. It's like your mind is like agitated, like the whirlwind demon, not understanding anything, and nor can you do much or anything for anybody really. That's why you got to hear these with rapt attention about Lord Chaitanya, the conclusive understanding, like Guru Tattva, for example, the conclusive decision. And then you can look and say, well, is Gaurahari speaking the conclusive decision of Guru Tattva? Then look at the book. Is it in there? Or all of a sudden it lights up. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. God, these other gurus never said anything like that. Yeah, because they're not actually a guru like this, the gold standard. There, you can't look at them and say they're Bhagavad Gita 10:10, can you? They got to be Bhagavad Gita 10:10.
Yeah.
They got to be the guru when they speak. Your speculation, if you're really listening, you're getting purified, coming to the point of ecstasy. Are they like that? No, I haven't seen any. Oh, they talk a good thing and speak flowery words and all that stuff. But what happens? Any ecstatic devotion happening? That's all I'm interested. That's the standard we're teaching. This is gold standard, man. Yeah, no, we're not dealing with chunk change. Oh boy, he spoke a nice class. And, yeah, what'd you experience? I don't know. Did you understand anything deep?
Mhm. Materially, it's explained in a material way.
Yeah, material way. It stays material. See, the devotee speaks deep revelation, and when you listen attentively, get purified to the point, devotion begins to awaken. Yeah, that's what it's all about. Okay, and then yeah. So read the purport there. It's also good.
Yeah. Lord Chaitanya is the absolute truth. Krishna himself. This is substantiated by evidence from the authentic spiritual scriptures. And sometimes people accept a man as God on the basis of their whimsical sentiments and without reference to the revealed scriptures.
Now let's get practical with that. This is beautiful, man. Thank you,
Thank
bro.
you.
Sometimes people, because of their whimsical sentiments, but more practical than that, sometimes people accept guru.
Yeah.
Guru, the spiritual master, acharya, based on whimsical sentiments.
Yeah,
That's what's really going on,
absolutely.
not based on the revealed scriptures. We overturn that. That's why I said you can do better than me because people say he's just talking about himself. Well, yeah, the shoe fits. But the thing is, when you do it, when you say, "Hey, man, I'm establishing my guru," when I think about him, I become very ecstatic, just like the scripture says, and blah 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 blah. See, and then you explain why. See, not whimsical. You're not accepting your guru as an acharya whimsically, are you? You have the basis of scriptures. They don't. Are you? So I say the same thing. Are you accepting Radhanath and Jaipataka or Acharya Dev as guru based on the scriptures, the revealed scriptures, or are you just whimsical whim? Just like, well, he's dressed nice and he got the rubber stamp and all that stuff. What are you doing? See, that's the power in your preaching here. That's why you who are like that will get real disciples. See, real disciples, those who are sincere, those who are taught by God in their heart, and the others get the neophytes, the ones who are just speculating and all that. Yeah, read that again there. It's very good in this perspective.
Yeah. Lord Chaitanya is the absolute truth, Krishna himself. This is substantiated by evidence from the...
Substantiated.
Okay, sorry. This is substantiated by evidence from the authentic spiritual scriptures.
See, you need to see evidence, my friends. Otherwise, you're speculating. Otherwise, you're just whimsical. Otherwise, you're superficial. You're material. See, we're teaching, hey, man, don't accept any guru, even here, whimsically. Except substantiated by the scriptures, substantiated by chapter 1 of Adi Lila on the spiritual man. It's all substantiated here. What's going on here or not? So this is what you use, the essence of truth. This is Chaitanya Lila is the essence of truth. Like this conversation, they say, oh, Gohari. Basically, one person would say, yeah, it's only Prabhupada, the Acharya and everything. And so anyway, how can you substantiate that you've got either a real guru here, a real Acharya here, or not? Can you substantiate it from the scriptures? They can't. They can't even see what's going on. They won't even, they can't substantiate, like Lance couldn't substantiate his agreement with this Ruchi lady that Gohari, Prabhupada's the only Acharya. He couldn't establish. He said, yeah, you're right there, Ruchi. She couldn't establish it. He couldn't. So this is Krishna conscious at this time. See, I mention things. Even my students, some of them, they didn't understand the need to mention names. So, hey, man, there's places to go. There's people to see. Persons, certain persons. See, couldn't substantiate these things. See, so here, like, for example, if I were a disciple of Gaur Hari Das, I would have come right up and say, oh, man, it's really simple. Chapter 1 talks about the qualities of a spiritual master. As a matter of fact, Lord Chaitanya taught the qualities of spiritual master very simply. Those, they're devotees. The Lord Chaitanya asked the devotee, is your father your son, or your son your father? And the father said, yeah, my son is my guru, man. He's a spiritual master because your mercy, this ecstatic devotion, was upon him first. And we got ecstatic devotion through him. He's our guru. And Lord Chaitanya said, yes, it is correct. Those who awaken devotion to Krishna are certainly the spiritual master. So is that substantial? Has devotion to Krishna awakened in anybody's heart here? See? Using the scriptures to substantiate your conclusions. Now you're becoming a guru by being a disciple. Isn't that nice? Whoa, what a concept. You become a guru by becoming a real disciple. Okay? Yeah, I've got somebody here like that. I first, just like this, you become the scriptures, man. You're like that, Yeah, I'm older than Gaur Hari Das physically, but I received devotion to Krishna through this line. therefore he is my guru. See, you substantiate this. It's not just whimsical like they do. Oh yeah, I accept Jaipataka as our guru. Why? Well, because he's got a nice dhoti and because they say he is.
They say, yeah.
And the checklist, which doesn't agree with what's really in the book, says so. I think so. I don't know. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. See? So their understanding is not on a firm foundation. They're standing under a house that's going to fall. You guys are not standing under. See, standing under. It's like common law. Common law is when people. It's like this thing. Maritime law is they have all these ideas and everything, but it's not common law, and they try to get you to stand under it because it's not really true. Common law is more true. It's to deal with God's law of the nature and stuff, right? So people, they try to get you to understand. They say, okay, I'm reading your rights. I'm a policeman. Do you stand under that? This is maritime law. Do you stand under, you have a right to remain silent and anything can be said and used against you? Do you understand? And you think, do I understand what you're saying? You don't really understand what they're tricking you. It's a trick. It's Maya's trick. And they say, do you understand? And as soon as you say, I understand, boom, they got you. You're saying, actually, not understanding, you don't really understand what they're doing. They're tricking you. You're saying, I stand under what you say. You are my God. You are my authority now. I stand under that, what you said. See? This is the world is being led by this. So common law is you say, they say, I don't stand under that. I'm not agreeing with that. And people actually get out of things. I was watching how they do. Some of the police, they can't figure out what to do with this. I've never heard anything like this. Not always does it work, because by force, they just grab you and take you. But spiritually, what are you standing under? I'm telling you, you become solid as a rock. When you worship Krishna in ecstasy, and then you use these conclusions to establish, like Lord Chaitanya established, your way of worship. Yeah, man, I am a bona fide guru because, see, the Shastra says like this. Devotion to Krishna is the way I use, see, what was in these books that Prabhupada's disciples and people in religion have been studying. Even in the Bible, you can overturn things even with them. I stand under. See, that is solid. The scriptures are solid, man. Isn't it? This keeps all the illusions. Those who are in illusion that are not solidly under Guru Tattva, see, they fall by they can't get purified until they do stand under these teachings. See? So, okay, people thinking, well, Gohar, you're not in the chart, only Prabhupada was. And you think, hey, that ain't conclusive. Lord Chaitanya said, those who awaken devotion to Krishna are certainly the spiritual master. How dare you say that? That ain't true. You're lying. Your conclusions is a house of cards. It's going to fall. You're not going to make any progress. And you do. See, you guys naturally know. That's called Majjamadikari. Majjamadikari, you have faith like Lalita. See? You have faith, but you can't explain it really good yet. But you will. You keep worshiping and you become acharya. Why not? You're on the real path. You have faith, equal faith in Guru and Krishna. How can you not mature to that stage of an acharya? Anybody else like that too? This is the real path. We establish the real path. You will establish the real path. It'll stay established as long as the devotee is preaching it. And as soon as the disciplic line is broken, how? Conclusive truth is stopped being preached. And then the whimsical preaching that the Vaishnavas are doing right now at this moment with their gurus who are inconclusive. They're not awakened. This ecstatic devotion is not awakened in them. Therefore, it doesn't awaken in others. Therefore, how can you say you're of the standard of Lord Chaitanya's idea of what is real guru? We're here to establish his idea. And if Gohari doesn't fit into that category, get rid of that guy. Kick him out. Boot him out. See, this is how you do it. Establish it based on the Shastra. People, I mean, the thing is, people are so dulled out. They go, what is he saying? The Charya, they probably, what is he saying? But they don't understand. Well, we'll repeat it a few more times. From this way, that way, up, down, and around. We'll get in there. Ironclad conclusion. We got to box them, put them in a corner where they can't. You know, you get a mouse in the corner, can't get out. Corner them.
You're funny.
All right. Isn't this nice? I mean, I love this. I love being solid, man. Solid truth, man. Solid food. Yeah. Continue on. See, okay, I'll read it. But the author of Chaitanya Charitamrita proves all his statements by citing Shastras. There you go.
Yeah.
You cite the Shastras that Radhanath is a bone of. See, name names. We're not afraid of Radhanath. What can he do? You know, what is he standing under? He ain't standing under what I'm standing on. What I'm standing on is more solid. It's the real Shastras. Of course, if Radhanath, either in closet or outside, cries tremendous tears of love like Lalita and laughs like a mad woman like her, oh, he's standing under the truth. He will understand what we're talking about, that the guru should be like that. If he disagrees with this, his philosophy will not liberate him or anybody else. They will not go to Vrindavan. Go ahead.
But how can he be a real devotee and be in real deep communion with the Lord when he is all alone? And then when he is in public being dry? How does he do that? To change that? When he's in public or doing his thing, he's there without devotion. It's not possible. You're
Yeah, well,
overwhelmed.
the only way is you could probably just preach a lot of Vaidhi stuff all the time. But, the bottom line is, I mean, we're here to preach, establish Raganuga, spontaneous devotion service on the order of Prabhupada. Now this is where it's all going. If you're not coming here, you're a slow learner, or you're lagging behind, or you missed the boat. This is the real boat now. This is the boat to Vrindavan. Anybody want to go? This is how you do it. I'm still tumbling around some rounds in this washing machine to get purified. Yeah, that's good. Just stick it out and you will. See, if your heart is sincere, if you're just here, you're just a thief. A lot of people, they come here and they steal. Their heart's not really sincere. They become flakes. You flake off. Yeah, but Tom, when your heart is sincere and you really want this, you'll get through this, like the devotees here do. If you're not really sincere, you'll flake off. And I might help you a little bit. Because I want to keep my persons coming here. I don't want them to be backstabbed. You ever see like the Caesars, they get backstabbed? I've seen those who are like that. They come here to steal the energy. They become like a Judas. They backstab you. Rather, let's flake off. If you don't understand this, if you've been here many years and you don't want to accept Guru as Guru and just come here to take energy, better not let you go. Yeah, really. I'd rather keep the people safe here. Isn't it about keeping peace? It's about safety. Yeah. You're coming here to get Krishna. I'd rather people here. I'd rather my friends be the ones who really want Krishna. And if you have problems and say, well, I'm confused. Oh, okay, fine. If not, you're not like that. You just come here and you don't really care to really understand what's going on here and come up to the standard like the devotees like Lalita and River and Govinda and stuff. You don't care about that at all. You think you know everything about bhakti. Better, you'll flake off anyway. I'll just help you a little bit and keep the devotees safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
If
it
you
how you protect Krishna.
Yeah. If you don't, if you just come here and it's like two faced. I don't like two faced. You know, you come, oh, go hurry, and then and behind my back you stab me in the back. You stab this preaching behind the back. Why? You know, it's fine. Just hey man, better to find your own path. Because that's not what we're doing here. No, no, we're here to establish here. Yeah, since if you sincerely think, yeah, I want to find out is Gohari a real guru? I want to really, I can't honestly accept that now, but I really want to find that out. Is he? Is this the real path? Is this where I'm going to get Krishna? Okay, if you're like that, great, fine. Because I don't want blind believers, but we're teaching something here, right? I'm teaching the way. The way is the solid. Find out is go hard because that's what we're teaching, man. You must have a guru to get into Vrindavan, unless you're there already. But most aren't there already. 99.9% are not there already. Okay? So this is the path, and so that's, have a little, if you have that kind of honesty, otherwise you just be a thief and a Judas. Submission, that's what the scriptures say. Yeah. I mean, if you want to, this year, I'm sorry, man, this is gold. I'm not really sorry. This is gold. This is the highest truth.
Yeah.
It's for those who really want this. And if you don't believe it, I can understand. It takes a while. So if you come to want to see, yeah, well, let me see if the highest truth is really here. Let me see if God is really here. Now that's a good position. I like that. That's honest. But if you come as a thief, I'm going to now nail you. Hey, man, you're a thief. You're a prostitute. I don't like that. Lord Chaitanya doesn't like that. You're a thief. So it's good to kind of know what the heck are we doing here. Have focus, right? We're doing something here. We have a path here. Even to the Vaidis, it's clear. Radhanath is my Guru Day, and I'm going to get bhakti through them. But it doesn't usually happen. But you got to be at least that here. At least come to that conclusion, and it's harder. Oh, it's a lot easier just to accept there, but because you're not really accepting. You're just accepting speculation, and it's superficial, and you're just going with the flow and the herd. Thousands accept him, right? But I only got a handful here because the standard is tough. Well, it's easy, but the standard is deep. It's the highest truth. It's real. It's according to the real shastras. So it's for the sincere. Those who are have other desires. I mean, really, like I really want to be guru or something, or I just want to have friends. I just want to be in the, with any. I don't care who the friends are. I don't care what I eat. Right? I'll go to McDonald's, but there doesn't matter. I'll go here and there. I'll go to Mina's class and go and listen to what she's learned by leaving here, and what is not a very good learning.
Coming here and defending ISKCON.
Yeah. Say, well, that's what kind of, where are you, man? You're not solid. You're just all over. Yeah, that's what kind of devotee I am. Yeah, I'm not unclear, and I don't want to get clear. I'm not sincere. Don't come up and say, hey, I'd really like to get clear on this. So anyway, we move on.
Yeah, it's part of getting this love. It's getting clear. It's part of
Yeah.
absolutely.
All right, so read the next verse.
Yeah. Does the, he establishes that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the supreme personality of Godhead. Lord Krishna
So, okay,
enjoys.
so again, so that's to do with establishing the Lord as a supreme personality of Godhead. Okay, that's fine. What about Guru? Should you establish that? You damn well better establish that the Guru is Guru based on the revealed scriptures.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. Otherwise, what is it the point to establish that Lord Chaitanya is the supreme personality of Godhead, but yet you have an established Guru? You know, you'll get Krishna by Guru. See, and by Krishna's mercy, you get Guru. So Guru is very important to establish. Spiritual master, Acharya. If they're a real Guru, you're a real Acharya, especially now. If you're a real Guru, I mean real. Okay? You'll bring people to the point of ecstatic love. That's where it's all going. Where the heck else can Vaishnavism go? What, to more rules and regulations, more Vaidhi? Come on, man, wake up. It's going where we are going. You notice we're going there. This is where Vaishnavism is going. Why? Because we're there. We're in that level, that platform. By example, that mercy is here. We are fed. See, fed by this mercy stays with us. Okay? Why? To be happy in this world and to also liberate others. See, that's Leela Avatar. You know, they don't do this in Vaikuntha. They're not Leela Avatar there. Lord Vaikuntha is not a Leela Avatar. Krishna is. Lord Chaitanya is. Ram is. They're Leela Avatar. In their Leela here in this world, they liberate souls in their Leela. You cannot really liberate people, I mean, really bring them to the spiritual world of Vrindavan, unless you're liberating them by tasting this bhakti and having this understanding. See, standing under this. Solid, isn't it? Isn't this solid? Yeah, it's like foundation, man. You know, this is why when you really get solid, you'll see. You'll start now. You're heavy. See, you topple over illusions. Anything that's an illusion, it just breaks. All false acharyas break. False gurus break because you're standing under what they can't stand under. So I say, Radhanath will break. Jaipataka will break. See? If they're not standing under what I'm standing under. Yes. You see, not afraid to name names. Why should you be afraid to name your guru's name? You know, what do you think Jesus was teaching? Teaching Guru Tattva. Those who stand up for my name. See? More than this and, you know, like, what do you call it? For anything else, I stand up for my name, will be rewarded with many more friends, more brothers, more sisters. See? You're standing up for Guru Tattva, for the name. That's the foundation, see, of our family, isn't it? I'm standing up for all of these things. You better more, and then more people are added. See, to the family. This is not just people think, oh, Gohar, you're doing a cult. This is a cult. Because you see, you're acting like these cult leaders.
Cult of devotion,
yeah. But the cult leaders, the difference between a cult leader in the world is they're mundane. They're materially motivated. I'm spiritually motivated. I'm motivated for people because just like there's false guru, false acharya, false spiritual master, there's the real one who teaches the real path. Because if you find the real path, you get the real ecstasy, you get the real prize. If you have the false thing, the cult leaders and all that, that's why they thought, many people say, that ISKCON is a cult. Well, you're still part of a cult if you're not the real guru, man. You're cheating people to some degree. You're not establishing guru based on the Shastras. So that's how you get out of the cult thing. You know, you got to say, hey man, that's why you stand. No. My guru is he's not a cultist. He's not, because he teaches what is spiritual. I got the spiritual result of ecstatic love of God from my guru. Now, what kind of cult? Yeah, you're in the bhakti cult now. That's a great cult to be in. You got real bhakti, man. Lord Chaitanya said he came to establish the bhakti cult. Real bhakti, not false bhakti, not lies, not whimsical speculation on the Shastras. No, establish as it is, right? And clear. Isn't it nice to have clarity? I love the clarity. I love speaking clear things. And I tell you, yeah, this comes from real bhakti, man. Worshiping the Lord in ecstasy a long time. It's like washing the window, man. All of a sudden you look at the scriptures and boom, you got the purport. That's what I'm preaching. On the order of Prabhupada. No, now I understand why Prabhupada came. After years of worshiping this Leela in ecstasy, he comes and says, yeah. And then Krishna comes, yeah. Because people need it, right? I don't care. They go hard, do all you want. I love preaching the truth. I did it for 20 years with not many people coming. It's just a great taste in establishing the truth, even if you're doing it to four walls. Even Bhakti Siddhanta, they preach the truth to four walls. And look, we're successful already. People are coming. They're saying, hey, man, this is solid. I like solid. Don't you? Anybody wants solid, they can come here and get solid. You want wishy-washy and wimpy and speculation and all that? You want your house under that? Go to these other gurus. Go to some of the students here. They're not really students. They haven't even accepted this path. They think they know all about bhakti. Go ahead. All right, read the next verse.
Lord Krishna enjoys by manifesting himself as the spiritual masters, the devotees, the diverse energy, the incarnations, and the plenary portions. They are all 6 in 1. I therefore worship the lotus feet of these 6 diversities of the one truth by invoking their benediction.
You gotta find the spiritual master and the real devotees who are so close and so intimate with Krishna that Krishna's happiness is their happiness, and that's what you see. Krishna's happiness is Lalita's happiness. Right there, you see. That's Krishna's happiness. Krishna's happiness is devotion, is Lalita. She can claim this. She can claim that Krishna's happiness is my happiness. Krishna's happiness is Radharani. She can claim that because that's her happiness. See? She owns him. It's her possession. See? That's Guru. You got to find people like that, person like that. See, otherwise they're not really the gold standard Guru. They're not really a spiritual master. They can't help you very well. Prabhupada said that. You must have the Uttamadhikari. Okay? They're that intimate. Don't we preach that? Don't I share these realizations with them? That this is how it is. This is Vrindavan. Is Krishna's happiness is your happiness, and you can have to see that. People don't even know what Krishna's happiness is. That's why they got to see it, and they got to have it preached to them, like here. I got to tell you also, I have to show you Krishna's happiness, which is Radharani, which is devotion. And I got to show you Radharani's happiness, which is conclusive truth. And also speak about it and glorify it with the mouth. That will focus people, huh? That'll get you on the right path. That's something to consider. That's the spiritual master. That's how they come. Krishna comes as such a guru. That kind of an intimate person. Otherwise, you haven't found the real path. They're at the beginning. They're the door to it. See, once you get this Guru Tattva down, then you'll enter in the door and all tattvas are revealed so easily. All of a sudden, Rasa Tattva opens in your heart and you can taste melody.
Oh,
Am I coming through or is it working, Lolita? You're kind of frozen there.
you were frozen for me as well. So, do I go off?
Are we back? Yeah, are we back? Looks like, okay, we're sort of back.
Am I back? I will refresh it.
Are you speaking? I can't tell. Can you hear me, Lolita? Okay, it's not. Are we back?
Ah, I'm back.
Yeah, I
I took a
refreshed.
shower.
We both refreshed. We're fresh now. Yeah, so Lord Krishna enjoys by manifesting himself as the spiritual masters,
I love that.
the devotees. Isn't that nice? Yeah.
I love it.
That, this is the great secret about it. I mean, we're here to teach such a level, man. It's amazing, actually.
I
Yeah.
love it.
And you'll all get there. That's how you enter into the kingdom of God. That's called real surrender. And I'm telling you, I was surprised myself because there's always usually a little fear in surrender because we've been cheated by the Lord's way so much. And so, can it be true? Can it be this good? Can it be this real? But now, the more we just continue to worship, and experience the naturalness of Krishna's happiness as being our happiness, and we show that to the world. It's like, yeah, man, this is great. Yeah, I can surrender to that more. That's how my chanting is getting better, actually, personally. I just keep surrendering. It's like, yeah, Lord, yeah, let me just surrender to this, surrender to you, surrender to this path, surrender to this chanting. Yeah, I'm trusting you more. It's a trust,
Yeah.
about it. Yeah.
And you've got to learn how to surrender as well.
Yeah, well, yeah. How you surrender is Guru Tattva, man. If you're ready to meet the Lord, you come through the process. Otherwise, you'll be befuddled in all ways. You cannot. This is why Jesus said you must go in the door, otherwise you will be thrown out of the kingdom. You may seem to get a glimpse or this or that, but you're thrown out. You must go in the door. See? But you go in the door and you keep the door open. Not close the door. You go in the door and then you close it and then you go out. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Go ahead, read another verse. Oh, wait. I'm not finished with this one. Spiritual masters, the devotees, the diverse energies. So for the diverse energies in the word for word, um, Shakti calls potencies. See, the diverse energies, there's different potencies. Um, that's not really, I'd like to go deeper into that. I wish there was more report to it. But I would say, from what I could see there, because it's not explained, and, the rasa tattva, this is the diverse energies of these potencies of the Lord. You know, there's the material potencies also, but it's these subtle energies that are real and the eternal, and they give you real life.
And
You
the
know, those
possibility.
these rasas, these relationships.
Yeah.
Okay, read the next verse there, Lalita.
Yeah. I therefore worship the lotus feet of these six diversities of one truth by invoking their benedictions.
Yeah. So if you want to keep with the benediction, these benedictions, you stay with Guru for life, for all your lives. Why not? You know, this is the
One,
truth. This is how you know.
one truth.
Yeah, this is the truth. That's why you people, it's not this Mayavadi. The Mayavadi thing is you get, you make it to your level of your guru and then you kick them away. That's Mayavadi. A lot of people are stuck in that. Thank you very much. I got what I want about you. I see you later. Then what do? You're losing the family, right? Here we got the see. This is how you show that you lost the real spiritual family. It starts here. If you lose it here, you lose it there. You'll be wondering. You die and you do what some of these persons have left here, and all of a sudden, where's your family? Well, I came to see the spiritual family. Well, you left it back on earth. It was there, and you left it. So how can you experience it here? Because you're still in that consciousness.
Yeah, and it's an illusion to think you are on the level of your guru. You will never be on that level.
Well, you know, by the mercy of Guru, you can be on the level of your Guru, but it's you know it's a thing of Ras. You'll always in front of all the devotees. See, like the whole point is to become on the level of Krishna, so you can play with him. On the level of the devotees, so you can associate intimately with him. But
The
none of
flow.
those devotees is thinking, well, I'm greater than Rupa Goswami, or I'm not thinking, I'm greater than Prabhupada. No, you always have, even though, like Prabhupada, when I had that dream with Prabhupada, okay, what happened? I'm dreaming, lucid, and Prabhupada's sitting on a cushion, and I'm sitting on a cushion with Prabhupada, right next, on the same level, okay, the same level. And and I look at him, he looks at me, and I'm thinking, I'm not thinking, oh, I'm on the same level. I think, you know, oh, my guru has appeared. Person inspired me in my life. And then he talks to me like a subordinate and says, yes, you are doing exactly what I want you to do. Okay? I'm not thinking, even though I'm sitting on the same level, I'm getting an order from my thing. Okay? You do more of this, it has my full approval. What you do. Not just approval, full approval. Distribute ecstatic devotion. Teach all these things that you know you're understanding by this worship. So you say same level, but not thinking that way. Here, people may come to the same, like, look, you know, say like Christina, let's name names. Christina comes getting some ecstasy, right? Which, what is she? Is she thinking like a Vaishnava?
No.
She think, oh, I'm at the same level now. Thank you very much, Gloria. I'm on my way. It's just me and Krishna now. Family, spiritual family, yeah, not important to me. Is that the real path? Is that the way the real devotees were? They come up, they become a little ecstatic, and then they go away. No, they're not. You're not teaching the real path by your example. Okay, I'm going to refresh here again.
You want me to refresh again also?
Okay, we're refreshed again. It works for a little while. Yeah, yeah. Okay, go ahead. Read the next verse.
Okay, okay. I dare, I read this. I therefore worship the lotus feet of these six diversities of the one truth by invoking their benedictions. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of the spiritual masters.
You know, you invoke the benedictions by conclusively preaching. Okay? This is very benedictory for not only for yourself but for others. People need clarity. They need to see the world. We're in this Maya. There's nothing. Everything you look at has illusions. The knowledge is full of illusions, full of mundane literatures, everything. And then you got teachers who are more or less in illusions. More if they're in the mode of passion, ignorance, less if they're in goodness, but still illusions. So many illusions. And then you got in Vaishnavism or religion, it stays on Vaishnavism stays religion, and Christianity stays religion when there's speculation in there. See, so we're to take Vaishnavism out of religion and into the truth. See? So the truth gives the benediction. This is where you start to feel, wow, you feel grateful. The benedictions are becoming free, freedom, new feelings, pure feelings. See, these pure feelings are purifying in a way that no other thing can, no rules can do. Yeah. Go ahead there, Lolita.
I offer my respectful obeisances unto the spiritual masters, the devotees of the Lord's incarnation, his plenary portions, his energies, and uh, and the private Lord himself, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. You want me to read the purport?
Yeah.
Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has composed this Sanskrit verse for the beginning of his book, and now he will explain it in detail. He offers his respectful obeisances to the 6 principles of the absolute truth. Guru is plural in number because anyone who gives spiritual instructions based on the revealed scriptures is accepted as a spiritual master. Although others give help in showing the way to beginners, the Guru, who first initiates one with the Maha Mantra, is to be known as the initiator, and the saints who give instructions for progressive advancement in Krishna consciousness, they are called instruction, instructing spiritual masters. The initiating and instructing spiritual masters are equal and identical manifestations of Krishna, although they have different dealings. Their function is to guide the conditioned soul back home, back to Godhead.
See, although they have different dealings. See, different dealings is like one spiritual master might be teaching a certain subject, and another teaching another one. See, but if they're both on revealed scripture, they both have to be solid in revealed scriptures. See, but they may teach, their activities may be different. See, so our Prabhupada's activities were based on the revealed scriptures to do with the level of Vaidhi Bhakti. You know, and ours are based on the revealed scriptures to do our activity based on the revealed scriptures to do with Raganuga, spontaneous devotional service. See, so people are attracted to different things. So, that's why, this Ruchi draws. Prabhupada is the only Acharya. Okay, really? All right, your subject there, you're not moving on because what is the spiritual master teaching now? See, we're teaching something else. And our activities are different. But you see, they fit together. That's why you see Prabhupada came and said, yeah, okay, now teach this, show this. Yeah. So, and then you can go, see, it's based on the revealed scriptures. You can look in these revealed scriptures, and it's the advanced ones especially, even though even the other Bhagavad Gita and books like that, they also confirm, not as clearly usually, because they're not meant, they're teaching at certain levels. Chaitanya Lila is very deep. That's our work, postgraduate. Yeah. Hey, I think I gotta take a little nap now. Oh, 3 hours already, 3 hours, 13 minutes. It's a good little bit. Yeah. It's a good little.
Wow.
We did something. Yeah.
Something?
Oh my goodness, William, I don't know why I keep forgetting to call you. Let's try again. Put your number up there again. I keep forgetting to call the guy. Oh, I did call you. I remember I did call you once. We did talk. Okay, but I'll call you again. My mind is, I just like this. I don't know why. Put your thing up there again, William. Maybe I'll meet Aldi if she's still there. Yeah. So anyway, that's it. And so, submission to Guru Spacious Spirit, but it shouldn't be false. You should say, well, is this Gohari, is he worthy to be in a submissive mood too? And it's not like, I'm looking for a submissive person so I can be Mr. King Cheese thing. No, if you're actually making advancement, you'll see that that's how this path works. If Gohari Das is bona fide, then then you found the real path, and then the real path is submission to Guru, man.
Out of desire.
Yeah, because submission means what does submission means? Hey, your teachings are better than my mind's teachings. your teachings are better than even Jaipataka's, and because or Radhanath or Acharya Dev's. Because otherwise you'll be submission somewhere. Well, who are you submissive to? Your own mind? There's a submission there. These words, these teachings, this energy should be better than your own mind's teaching or the minds of others who are not ecstatic like that. So I'm sitting here teaching what are the qualifications and qualities of Guru. Very important to learn because it's through those devotees. Don't you want? I mean, doesn't this revealed scripture say it's by the benedictions of these gurus, and he's submissive to these gurus? Look at all the benedictions you're getting. So, some point you got to get such a guru or such gurus who are actually qualified with real intimacy with God. Well, anyway, you got a few here already. So that's just the real path. I mean, if people are submission, you want me to do, well, okay, well then you're not following this path. See? So honesty is like, okay, can I see if Gorahari is worthy to where I can say, uncle, and your philosophy is better than my mind's philosophy that I lived by and believed in, that still didn't get me the result that Gorahari has and that his disciples are getting. See, that's intelligence. Yeah, I'll be submissive to his teaching. Because his teaching, I'm just teaching what the Lord shows me. It's not my teaching. The Lord shows me the things I show you. I don't possess anything. I don't have a monopoly on intelligence. Krishna does. He's the intelligent of the intelligent. So just see if Krishna's intelligence is working here on a spiritual dimension. Right? Because I don't, it's Krishna's intelligence, it's his intelligence. Yeah. Yeah. And so, listening submissive and see what the result of that is. And then you'll be able to know if it either works or not. So anyway, need to get the higher taste rasas. Yeah. I'm here to teach you the higher rasas of Guru Tattva. When you get that clear, everything automatic. Okay, Hare Krishna, everybody, and I'll see you later. I'm going to take a
Thank you, Guru Maharaj. Thank you.
Tired.